You know, I'm not a mechanic. I'm a hobby farmer, maybe call it a hobby farmer at best. I just really love being out here on the farm, spending my time working on the farm rather than fixing up one of these Rangers. But what I realized is that I was actually spending more time taking this to the dealer and picking it up than it actually took to do the service. And you guys, it's super easy. It's something that you can do all by yourself. So join me as I do the 100-hour service on this Ranger, and you can decide if it makes sense for you to go to the dealer anymore. Hey everybody, welcome to Yellow Dog Farm. Okay, we're ready to get going on this 100-hour service. I've got everything laid out on the table here, so it's just right by the buggy and we can get moving. 100-hour service is super simple, you guys. Mainly a fluid change, couple of filters, and it really doesn't take all that long at all. We're going to do the oil change, we're going to do the transmission fluid change, and then the demand drive fluid change. I have also bought an air filter in my last service. I saw that it's really time to replace the filter rather than clean it out. So I got all Polaris products with the exception of the oil because I actually changed several vehicles with the 5W40 oil. So I just went ahead and bought a big jug of that rather than purchase it for Polaris only. I bought all this online. I didn't go into the dealership, so it saved me even more time. This showed up at my doorstep rather than having to drive for 30 minutes to go get the materials and then come back here to the farm. There's a couple of tools that I use that make this even easier, and you guys, it really doesn't cost much at all, and you're going to pay for it in the first time that you do the 100-hour service, and then every time after that you're just going to save even more money. The first thing is a fluid pump. So when we do the transmission and demand drive unit, in order to get it in the housing, you're going to want this fluid pump. I've got a oil filter wrench. It's a 14 flute 65-67 millimeter wrench. Don't worry about that too much. Just carry the Polaris oil filter, and there's the part number for the filter. Don't worry, they all get the same darn filter. But just carry it into the store and find the one that fits, and that's the one that you want. You don't really need any other special tools. You can see here on the table I've got my grease gun, but I mainly got that because I use it for the tractor. So we're going to go ahead and use it for the buggy as well, but a hand one works just fine. You can do all of this service without jacking the buggy up, take anything apart, anything like that. I'm going to do that because it makes it a little easier to see it on video. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is get under here and start draining the oil. And we'll go ahead and let it drain while we're doing other stuff. That's a Torx T40 bit, and I'm just going to put it there in the drain plug. Now the challenge is to always get the plug out and not drop it. We'll see how that goes. Just going to turn it by hand. It's already starting to weep. All right, there we go. Plugs out. Okay, here we are in the engine compartment. The first thing you want to do to get access is to go ahead and take the shock off for the bed and the cable tether so that the bed can rotate out of the way. I'm going to take the bed completely off so you guys can see this easier. Not a step that you need to take at all, but taking this off is pretty darn simple. All right, there we go. We've got the bed off, and my helper didn't want to be on camera, so I didn't video that part. It just literally took 5 seconds, just a couple of bolts back here in the back to undo it, and then make sure that you take the wire bundle off before you pull the bed off. Don't be like me and try to destroy the wire bundle. Now I'm going to show you down here where the filter is, and it's right here. Now I'm going to take this breather tube off and you'll be able to see it really easy, but you can get at it 2 ways. You can take this heat deflector off if you've still got the bed on there, but since I've got the bed off, I'm going to go ahead and take this tube off and I'll get similar access. I think it's actually even easier. So here we go. This is just a simple hose clamp with a flat blade screwdriver. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen that. Pull these spark plug wires off. There we go. It's off just that easy. Now if you take a look, you can see the filter there just plain as day. So we'll go ahead and get the filter on it and get it out of there, or the ratchet on there and get it out. And I just broke it loose with the wrench, and then I'll just go ahead and do the rest by hand. And since I grabbed it, I just got a little bit of dripping there. So a little muddy, but no worse for wear. Okay, so if you've changed oil before, you know the drill. Put some clean oil on the gasket so it seals nice, and then go ahead and reinstall it. Okay, next up is the air filter. Pretty darn straightforward. I would blow it off with some air or wipe it down just to make sure that you can get access to the box. Just like that. And it drops down. And there's my air filter. I don't like the way that the inside of the box looks, so I'm going to go ahead and vacuum it out before I put the new one in there. Next, we're going to change the transmission fluid. The drain plug is underneath one of the bump guards here, and I'll go ahead and move the camera down so you can see me pop that open, and then the fill hole is right here. Of course, we'll go ahead and clean that up before we get going. So let's get this unplugged. All right, now to go ahead and fill the transmission back up with the transmission fluid, we're going to go ahead and use this pump we bought. And I think I only paid like $7 for this thing. But you can see it comes with several different tubes. I put this one on here, and that goes to just about the bottom of the container. So you just put it on there, tighten it up, and we'll bring it over and do our thing. All right, the last thing we're going to do here in the back is go ahead and grease up all the fittings. So you can see all the A-arms have fittings in each of the locations, and also the sway bar does too. Actually takes longer to clean those up and get them ready for greasing than it does for the actual greasing. Just like that. This is my assistant Felix. He seems to need to want to help. We're gonna go ahead and drain the, dude, come on. Okay, we're up here up at the front. We're almost done. Time to drain the differential fluid from the front transfer case. We'll go ahead and get it refilled. We'll do some quick greasing of the A-arms up here, and that'll be it. Okay, super simple, straightforward. The plug location is right there. Just not hard to find and super accessible. Man. Just like that. Okay, we're here in the front passenger side, and I'm going to show you the drain plug there. It's at the top of the front transfer case. So there it is, and we're going to get the wrench in there and get it open. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but I'll give it a try. All right, let's give this a shot. Huh, pun intended, it's hunting season. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to put this down, but we'll get this thing off. Well, our little fluid pumper's back. This time I've just got it hooked up to the small jug of demand drive fluid. I took the little small spout that gets down into the gallon containers, and it fits on here just fine. So we'll go ahead and get that positioned up in the drive, or in the fill hole here. I don't know if you can, well, shoot, my hand blocks it. You can see it's up there. And now I'm going to go ahead and give it a pump. And it shouldn't take a whole lot. It only holds like 9 ounces. So let me figure out how to hold the camera and do this. Here we go. Okay, let's finish this up by getting the lubrication on the A-arms. Okay, you guys, there we go. That finishes it. We're all done with the 100-hour service. This might have taken me an hour, and the longest time in that was actually cleaning the Zerk fittings off so I could grease and going to get the vacuum cleaner. This is well within anyone's capability if I can do it. Hope this video helped you. Please share it with others so they can see it as well. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.